Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. For anyone who comes here early and mostly, views the beginning and stuff like that, I guess it's okay to say. A lot of problems are going on. Not anything involving school, shockingly. Sup? Sup? Nothing involving school is going wrong. Just the fact that, I don't know, I'm getting sick for some reason, and a lot of, just for some reason, Rick and Morty is having a huge problem. I don't know why. Huh. Oh, and hey, late morning to you. Yeah, I wanted to do just an afternoon one as soon as possible, and I also want to let anyone know right now who's ever coming in and who's ever going to. I'm gonna try to make this particular live stream about an hour. I actually have some work to do. Oh man. Yay. Oh man, this is actually painful. What's going on? Oh man, jeez. It's like school. I need to factor in the school ability for people. Yes, this is school ability. So not necessarily asking you been though. Yeah. I was expecting this. One of these days I was expecting when I do a live stream there's gonna be people probably asking me throughout the week where have I been, and I have to say I am actually Can he see comments? Yes. Am I currently answering you guys right now, or it's like am I not talking to anyone? Okay, Fletcher, I can't find your channel at all. Oh, so we get back to Lowe's Pet Shop. Rush just asking. There's a lot of things I need to get to, and a lot of things that I'm apparently not getting to. Oh man, but that's just it. I'm actually here just to tell you guys basically doing YouTube again. It's become more like not complicated, but like I don't know how to really explain it. But Hurricane Fluttershy, I'll look that up right quick. Sorry, I'm away from the chat right now. I'm trying to see if my Hurricane Fluttershy video was taken down or something, because I was pretty sure I uploaded all my MLP reactions back onto my channel. Well, no, it looks like it wasn't. Oh, that's weird. Alright, after the stream, I'll see if I can look for it. I'm pretty sure it exists somewhere. Yeah, it seems like the chat right now is like pretty slow. And again, I don't know if I'm even answering you guys. This is one of the first times that no one's actually answered back or said I'm actually, talking right now. I'm actually really complicated right now. I think my head is too sick to really comprehend. Had a dream of a sequel series to Steve Universe. What was a sequel series like? Okay, well, since someone actually asked, and again, hopefully I'm actually answering. No one's complained about not hearing me yet, so I'm just gonna go with that. Season 1 is apparently having a lot of syncing problems. I do not know why. Here's the thing. Beforehand, it used to be I just didn't push the button hard enough to allow me to actually get a good feel of where the syncing is. And even when I do sync it up properly, when I go further down into the timeline in the video, it desyncs. Now, sometimes when this happens, it means that the video that I got like compresses itself a little bit, and sometimes makes it 0, and whenever I put it into Sony Vegas, it makes itself 0.5% less, no, 0.5 seconds less than it actually is in multiple areas of the video. And what I mean by that is you don't notice it if you're just watching the video on itself, but once you sync it up to something that is perfectly fine, and when you sync it up to something that's perfectly fine, you see the notices, like my reaction to a joke or to a scene is at least maybe 2 seconds late, which is a long friggin' time. So having the issue of trying to slice up the parts where clearly it desynced and slicing up the parts that it isn't desynced is becoming really complicated. Like I think some people notice this problem. I think a few episodes ago when I uploaded them, and someone said, "Oh, you need to try to sync your stuff in better because this is a comedy-related show and it's really noticeable." I could have sworn I did it from beginning to end and syncing it, but apparently I didn't, and now I see the problem as I continue to sync the videos. Now, I hate the fact that that's happened, and I'm trying to fix it the best way I can, but due to the fact that I'm only here like probably 2 hours, and having to go back to that, I have episode 6 already uploaded to my Google Drive. However, the only problem is I'm not entirely sure if that's really synced up, and I want to get the rest of season 1 like already edited done before uploading that, and also uploading any other Rick and Morty reactions, because I want it all to be ready for uploading. It's very complicated at this point. So that's that problem. The other problem with is that my throat just hates me right now. So like making new videos is complicated. So yeah, there we go. There's that. Hey, Pika. That's what you would take. Talking off. Oh, that's an interesting take. I would like a war arc of sorts in the Steven Universe series. Just like a full maybe 5 or 4 episodes dedicated to just showing the war and all the people that they've made bonds with at that time, even seeing some actual shattering, maybe just actually seeing some gems get shattered, because this is a war. I wouldn't be surprised at least one gem, which clearly happened, got shattered. So I would like to see what a shattering is like and how it feels for one of the characters to see something like that happen to them, because frankly the closest thing we ever got to a shatter is Amethyst, and that was on accident. So it's like I would like a war arc of sorts, just to have that dynamic. We have yet to see a gem actually be shattered. Not that I like seeing people die, it's just that I have an infatuation of killing off characters. That can be interpreted in 2 different ways. Okay. Chris, created what? I was just about to get back into that show. There's no friggin' way that guy got fired at a good show like that. Okay, first of all, why? Was his show too good for the network, so he had to be let go because they were getting too good? Oh, no, it makes sense. A lot of popular, show holders like Cartoon Network and stuff like that are starting to become really more corrupt as I begin. Of course, I'm acting out of full impulse right now until I hear the reason of why he got fired. But it's a joke, really. But seriously though, like a lot of networks these days are really like not doing their like best to keep good shows and other good things in them. Dude, don't worry that much about YouTube. Upload whenever you want. Can get a few reactions of yours. See, that's just it. Shipping is magic. I love the fact that I have like a good majority of people who understand that YouTube for me is like one of the last things on my list when it comes to my life. Of course, like animation, college, and friend helping, and also personal stuff comes first before YouTube, unless YouTube actually becomes a job for me, which I hope to not happen, because I don't think YouTube being a job is something I can actually, like, hold out. I mean, yeah, if I start uploading a lot more videos, I mean, Applegeek used to be less subscribers than me, and now he's actually shooting up above because he's doing more reactions and has, like, a bigger fan base because of his uploading schedule and stuff like that. And so that might help with, like, a job, but no, and I get that, but every time I see people waiting for something, and I also have a Patreon again, it makes me upset that I do not have something out for them to watch, because, again, as much as I hate to continue to realize people find me entertaining, so I need to, like, abide by that in some way. And at least if I don't at least have a video out, I'm happy I'm actually doing live streams so people can actually get something from me. If the entire week was dead or something, and that's just it. I just feel bad, okay? My feelings hurt, all right? And it's like, a lot of people say I'm too nice of a person. I see why they say that, because I don't believe in karma, and I also don't believe in like self-fulfilling prophecy. I just believe you are what you are, and you believe in what you are within yourself, because you don't know anyone else better than yourself, right? So I know that I hate disappointing people, even if I already know a good majority of people do not care. Like, you know what I mean? I go above and beyond for even most individuals. That's why that's another reason why I like Pinkie Pie. She goes out of her way to make individual people happy, and I try to do that as well, even if it means that I'm, you know, kind of killing myself here. So, Tree, I can do math. Dies. Not much has happened with seniors, though. Although I did see a leak of Lars leading some revel or something. He was a leader of some new gems. Well, I would like to not have heard about the whole Lars leak, because that's kind of a spoiler on my end, because I didn't know he was going to get out of that little cave area system that he was with the other gems, at least until I actually got to the seasons to hear about him. So thanks for that small spoiler. No, not thank you for that small spoiler, but I'm not blaming you or anything. By the time the actual episodes start coming out, I think I'll just forget about it. Do not worry about it, man. My memory when it comes to this sort of stuff sucks. But yeah, as for new gems, that's to be expected when you get to a new season. Like, expect a whole new season and you get no new gems. So hearing about new gems is not a surprise to me. But the whole Lars thing, leading like some rebel unit, that's something I really wish I didn't know, because I didn't expect Lars to actually get that far in the matter. I know he's changed, but not like to the point where he can lead an entire rebel unit into battle. Like, that's just it. So hopefully I'm gonna forget about that. I'm gonna put all my dedication and power in my brain to forget about that, and try to avoid spoilers, guys, in any way, shape, or form. Even if you're trying to say it in like a metaphorical or sarcastic, or even like you don't know exactly 100% of what the spoiler is, but if I can put pieces together, don't do it. Yeah, because SpongeBob needs attention. Yeah, people have been saying SpongeBob has gotten better recently, but it doesn't excuse the fact that SpongeBob is an overplayed show, and they need to actually put that into the ground where it needs to be. I love shows. I love SpongeBob. The old SpongeBob, and even the movie was great to me. Certain seasons kind of went a little overboard on their trying to overcomplicate their comedy, and I haven't seen any of the new episodes that they say are good. But in the end, if a show lasts for this long, it needs to go down so new shows can come up. Because the only reason people can't watch new shows and love those shows is because they're too busy watching their old shows. Kind of like what I said with Dragon Ball. I hate the fact that Dragon Ball is still here. I enjoy it when it gets good, obviously, but, you know, there's still a part of me that says this needs to not be here so other anime can, you know, flourish and be #1 and stuff. One Piece, I don't care about One Piece. One Piece is great, but since it had no ending already, And I don't even think freaking oh man, Oda even has an ending plan. Well, he has an ending plan. Yes, he does. He actually does have it. It's just the fact that he didn't end the series like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball had an ending, like 2 endings, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and it still goes. And Naruto had an ending. It's still going with Boruto, but it's lacking again. Like I said, I don't even believe Boruto should exist. Like, there's a lot of anime and a lot of shows that I think that should have already been gone through my generation, and so new generations can have this. Whoa, look at this show. This is a show that people can constantly watch over and over until they grow to be my age, and then that is like that kind of cycle. Nope, we still got grandpas here. No, the creator of Loud House was accused of sexual harassment. That's something I like to hear. When I say that, I mean that's something that I just despise to hear. Like, what is up with the whole accusing of sexual harassment? Like, look, okay, I'm not gonna jump the gun. Innocent until proven guilty, and apparently in Phoenix Wright cases, guilty until proven innocent. In my case, I just think they balance yourself out. You shouldn't make any judgments until you get all the facts and get everything you possibly can about the situation, just like in Phoenix Wright. So I'm not saying that he did do sexual harassment. I'm not actually saying he did. So I needed no information about this whole accused for sexual harassment deal, because I can't. I don't like this topic very much. Yeah, it doesn't matter if show is good, only makes money, and that's how business works. Yeah, it's how business works, but back in the day, that's not really how it was. I remember back in the day, there was a lot of shows that had no intentions of having good, big marketing, and then it turns out they were really good, and they got big marketing because they put originality into it. Nowadays, it is that I think society has actually, gotten to that point where they think that the money that they get, because things happen. Original people with original minds with original good content to actually, put it out there for the sake of putting out there because I have a passion and a dream that it's good. And there have been other shows to get out there like that, but because the shows that do the whole marketing shtick, like Teen Titans Go and a lot of other shows, are out there, it's hard for those shows to actually show, people how great it is, because they're not getting that much support, and the company itself believes it's not going to get anywhere. They believe in the future that this won't go anywhere, so they get rid of it because they're too scared to try. That's sort of deal. I remember, look, if you can tell me all the shows back in the OG days of Cartoon Network with Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, and all these other great shows in that era of Cartoon Network, if you can tell me all of those shows that were only specifically designed for marketing, they only made these shows because they knew for a fact the only reason why they make the show is for money purposes and merchandising, tell me, because I actually wanted to hear the truth on that matter. Because right now I'm under the impression that a lot of shows, if not vast majority of the shows that were past Cartoon Network, that they were all original for the sake of just entertainment, and then the money came afterwards because it was just good shows. That sort of deal. So that's just it. Like a lot of shows these days, these reboots, these other stuff, it's like all for money, and it's really disheartening. Really, it's like entertainment business. I'm actually pretty, because when you're a kid, you have dreams, and with those dreams, they can be shattered, and then new dreams can come out to go out. I wanted to become a game like creator. I want to create games, and then I said no, I don't want to create games. I'm actually hate 3D art, and I believe games have a less freedom for my story narrative that I wanted. So I thought making like a cartoon or an anime, or because I got into anime and stuff like that. And I see that anime has this thing going on about having a lot of serious undertones and just seriousness in general, but also having a good amount of comedy into it. And for those of you who've read my stuff, you can clearly tell that I have that same like narrative. I've actually been reading. I didn't get into anime until like when I was like 8, I believe, and I started drawing when I was 6. And then I got into the anime like shtick of like really drawing in that aspect comedy, mixing with comedy and seriousness at the same time, with also great characters and character development and an all-around story, thanks to anime. So that's why I wanted to make my own show. But right now, it's like making a show is way more difficult, even in the anime industry, especially in the anime industry, actually, to actually make a show that they want because they believe it will succeed. If you know what I mean? So, yeah, the whole company and businesses, you always have to factor that in whenever you want to achieve your dreams. Because sometimes Zawaldo will not abide by your dreams, but you still fight for them. That's the whole point. Seen the MLP movie? Yeah, I've seen the MLP movie. I even did an entire live stream. Well, not live stream. It was more just like a Google Hangout event with other reactors. If you know a guy named Applegeek, look him up. It's on. It should be one of the earlier videos on his channel. It is there. It's like over 2 hours long. You can't really miss it. And I just talk about it with them. And it was one of the better streams, even though we only did 2. I feel the stream, I actually put in like a little bit more effort to trying to put in analysis with them, and it's great. I like our connection with each other. We actually bounce off each other pretty well, and I enjoy those streams. We're gonna do another one for the season finale of MLP, which I've already watched. So that the next episode, that's before, you know, episode 24 is coming out tomorrow, and that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, I've watched the movie. It was great. Nice. Admits to liking me. Sort of thing. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. See, when it comes to, like, fictional characters, I have a heart. Trust me. There's a lot of characters that should have died at this point in the story. Shockingly, yes. But I decided against it and say they'll die later. And I just care about people. I think it's supposed to, I talked to a psychologist about this, and I just wanted to know it. It's nothing like serious, but he said my hypothesis for why you feel the need that killing off characters is a good thing in your story is, and you are so nice in the real world, is because you balance each other out. Like your sense of your sense of killing these characters in very horrific and even putting them in suffering scenarios, like Karada. Like Karada suffered a heck before she died. So it's like she didn't even have like much hope for her character, even though she was one of the better characters in the entire thing. For Karada, you portray that as killing her off like that, and that sadness, that horrificness that goes throughout that character, and then you try to like subconsciously atone for it by being nice to real people, you know, and just be happy it's not the other way around. Like, I write stories, nobody dies, however I'm a serial killer. Think about that. Okay, so or just be more tame. As I go throughout life, I just imagine how people die. Like, that's all I do that's all I do throughout the day. Whenever I see someone, I'm like, oh man, it would suck if an anvil fell off like on that guy. It would have, right? And people would be sad. Oh God, how many people would be sad? That sort of thing. But when I write my story, that's what I do. I make connections with characters. I make you like them, and then I kill them because it's fun. Oh, joking, maybe. So. Also, sorry for spoiler. It's fine. Again, by the time see, Steven Universe is becoming a new Half-Life like craze. It's taking so long just to get back that by the time it actually gets here, by the time Half-Life 3 gets here, if it ever is, which it probably isn't, like nobody will actually really remember Half-Life 2. So that's why they were waiting for a release date, so they can replay the Half-Life series, so they can refresh their memory on the story. Because that's the same thing with Steven Universe for me. As soon as I get like a clear-cut release date of Steven Universe, I'm gonna rewatch something like the last 5 episodes, so I know exactly what's going on. Because I'm starting to my memory is starting to wane a little bit. Oh yeah, okay. What did I get? My character, go for it. Yeah, go for it. I like my ideas for the character. When I saw him, like most names that I got didn't really fit. Actually, I'm not a good name guy. Trust me. At least in terms of a short-term name. Go for it. Tell me, Highland. Huh. Supposed to be an engineer. My PC decided to die, so I had to sit and watch TV like a normal person. I'm back now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watching TV is, man, it's a thing that I rarely do nowadays. Like watching actual TV, unless the TV has a game on it or I'm streaming YouTube or Netflix on my TV. I'm barely watching any TV. Oh man, I think sooner or later I'll give it like another 5 to 6 years max or minimum for TV for cable to either evolve to a point where it can match like the online age that people watch videos and TV shows online via Netflix, Hulu, and other stuff, or they're just dead. It's like, I know I'm one person, so I don't know the rest of the world and how they do their cable. I mean, I think cable is one of the best ways to watch football. So hey, there's a sports community for that. Have a good memory. Long way. It was such a bumpy ride, but I kind of like him now. I think everyone can agree that even if you did not like Lars in the beginning, you have to admit that he's a little bit more likable now. You don't have to say that you outright like Lars now because he has a change of heart. Kind of like what Luc Bonfavre did in one of the I think it's Tales of the Abyss. One of my favorite Tales is one of my favorite game series. And I remember playing Tales of the Abyss for the 3DS when it first came out. When the 3DS first came out, I think Tales of the Abyss came out on PS2 like a while ago, kind of like Persona 4. And Luke was this huge douche, like huge, one of the hugest. Like, give him any moment that was supposed to be like a happy-go-lucky moment, and he just ruins it with his douchery. That's that sort of douche. And then suddenly, in the middle of the game, he gets like a change of heart, kind of like what Lars did. Kind of like he goes through some events, and then as soon as something happens to his hair, he becomes a nice guy. Same thing with Lars. So I find that funny, only in the sense that I can run that parallel, because Luke was a douche and was like kind of like this guy you couldn't really like, and then Lars was kind of like the guy you couldn't really like, but they both had qualities that could make them good people, and once they actually tapped into those good qualities, boom, you got good characters and stuff. So again, you don't have to outright say you like Lars, but you can at least say he has a personality now that may have people to like him more. And I agree with that. I like Lars. He's good. At least I respect Lars, if anything. By any chance, you doing a Little Witch Academia? I haven't watched it for a bit due to the stuff that's going on. Like, I haven't really gotten to watch anything due to all this. Like, I'm still trying to figure out this Rick and Morty. I'm trying to figure out this Rick and Morty problem. I'm trying to do my own personal animations. I since it's a live stream, and you know, live stream people get special treatment, so like that. I'm working on an animation for Camila, creator of Glitch Tale. I'm working for an animation for her. It's not like she asked me to do something. It's more like a contribute thing. I want to show my appreciation to her because I don't know, many people know this. She came to me first when I was doing my Ruby reactions. She saw my videos, enjoyed them, and subscribed to my channel before she even came up with the first Glitch Tale like thing she did, being Sans versus Flowey. Then I reacted to Sans versus Flowey. She commented, "Oh wow, I did not actually expect you to react to my stuff," and that's how that entire like that spiral of like a mutual acquaintanceship happens. Like, she expects like a good reaction from me because she already seen some of my videos, and I'm one of the reactors she like goes to. She has other reactors as well. I'm one of the reactors she goes to see the feedback on and really talk about it. And so far she seems like she likes what I have to say about her series, and when it comes to my critiques and what I notice and what I say. I mean, I even predicted like 2 things into the thing, and she is like, "Oh my lord, how?" So yeah, but I really want to get that animation done along with college. Actually, here's the thing: college is actually not that hard. shockingly enough, I have 3 classes that are basically filler at this point. It's motion graphics, which is basically just 2D animation only with more tweening. 2D animation only with more tweening. Human sexuality, which is just a class you sit around in for 2 hours. 2 hours, not 4, 2 hours. And hear things about people's sexual orientation, how sex works, how love works, and sort of thing, what psychologists say about love and stuff. And the third one being audio for animation, which I already have half the work done already due to the fact that it's like, do some animatics. Oh wait, I have plenty of animatics on my DeviantArt and one on YouTube. I wonder what could happen. And do a final animation, which I already have 2 of, to put sound to. That's it. As for my 4th class, it's character modeling, which is hard. So that's the only thing that's difficult. That's it. So that's not a problem. It still takes up time, sure. And then I have the job, of course, on Saturday and Sunday. But that's about it. So having to balance out my schedule again to try to accustom to this, especially since with this new amount of cold that I'm getting right now, it's getting really complicated. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You gonna keep me down. Oda said he would move into new manga after he completes One Piece. That, I don't know how to interpret that, cause this dude, I'm reading One Piece right now, and you know how when you're reading a manga, you get a feeling, you get a sense that this is the final arc before the creator says this is the final arc. Like when we got to the war arc in Naruto, before it was stated that this was going to be the last arc, I kind of predicted that, because I'm like, first of all, how you top a war like a war that's going on like this, and what do you do beyond that, and that sort of deal. Same thing with like a lot of shows and a lot of mangas that I've been reading nowadays and stuff. But as for like One Piece, I still haven't got like a smidgen of that. It feels like there were so many characters, so many like villains, so many like aspects, so many questions, so many things in general that we don't know, that it's gonna take about a few more years, if not a lot more, to get all the answers from that, from a weekly manga. And if Oda says he's getting to something else after this, when he's 84, I don't know. So it's like, I love the dude. He has a lot of dedication, a good way of storytelling, and has one of my favorite levels of storytelling, putting like a lot of fluff here and there, well, a lot, then just hitting you from what you thought was fluff, then just hitting you with this great arc with all that stuff from the fluff that you thought that it was, coming together as this one big epic thing. And every character so far right now has had a big moment and had moments of importance, despite the roster being some of the biggest. So it's like, yeah. So if he says he's doing something more, I don't know how to interpret that. Does it mean that he's gonna get to something before he dies, or is he gonna get to something in his afterlife and just kind of throw it down from heaven and it take 5 billion years for it to be done too? Have you ever seen, heard, or Charlie Gets Fired? Charlie? No, I have not heard that. For example, DuckTales, at first it wasn't made to sell toys. Yeah, okay. See, again, more examples like that. I need more, because I didn't think DuckTales was made to make toys. However, it might have given the illusion of making toys due to the fact, you know, it's Disney, right? Most Disney characters are already marketable in of themselves, right? So it's very easy to make a show about a Disney character and have the merchandise for that Disney character either pertain to the show or pertain to something else. So if DuckTales was made for the joy of DuckTales, that's good. And it seems like the remake is also in that boat. Even if it is, you know, like made for sell toys, at least they put more effort into it, right? Like the animation style looks pretty entertaining and colorful and beautiful. And I believe the comedy level, according to people that I hear online, because I have yet to actually get to the first episode that I have, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, if you want to make an animation and not deal with corporate BS, you can go indie. Yeah, it's a huge risk though. Yeah, again, this whole huge risk deal, like I want to be good enough to do like my own freelancing stuff, and then if someone sees my freelancing stuff and they find it interesting and they hire me to do something, that would be good. But that's me trying to predict the future in my favor, so that usually never happens. And I know I'm not having that much hope and determination, but I kind of, it's very hard when you have to balance out the saying that life isn't fair, and also balance out the fact that you follow your dreams, and also balance all these phrases and sentences and statements from people to help you move forward in life, but also warn you about life, counteract and contradict each other constantly. It's hard. Can one of the characters have their throat pierced by a walking cane? Actually, Karabi, I think your predictability skills are actually going a little too high. I think you want to dial them back a bit, because you're kind of spoiling yourself for a character who's going to show up and actually do that. So, because that's actually kind of scary. Have you been reading my Persona comic at all? No? Yes? I forget if you are, because I know the gamer and Ragman do it, but I don't know. If you've been reading that, I'll let you know something. That comic has characters that will show up in the original story, mostly because, well, you know, I kind of want to save all my good character designs for like other long-term comics that are completely original. So I kind of put my other characters that you haven't seen yet in the story into this to test the waters a bit, because I want to put the personalities in the aspect of this scenario, kind of like an alternate universe kind of thing. And there are certain characters that have shown up at this point that will be shown in the original story. So there is a character that does that, and if you either skim through the comic or something, even if you haven't been reading it or something, you'll find that character that can do the whole walking cane thing. Like not even that, well, if you go from end to beginning, you will not take long to find that character, like, for real. Really one of the reasons why I drew several serial killer characters. Pent-up aggression. Yeah, psychiatrist also says it's also a good outlet for like stress and frustration. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, when you do something you like as a hobby or something like that, you're gonna have some stress relief from it. That's just like a given. Because doing something you like for the sake of doing it, yeah, that's one of the best ways to get anything out of your head. Speaking of which, 7 days left, guys. 7 days. 7 days. I got that call from that one chick. I don't know what's her deal, but she says 7 days. I don't know what she's talking about, but tell you the truth, I'm not scared. 7 days. 7 days. A name for an angel of freedom, benevolence, and mercy. Also, I was reading backstory. It was good. It was good. It was interesting. I need to go back to it because it has been a while. Actually, I think it's or not too far. Hold on. I like see the creativity that goes in other people's work. I actually fully appreciate, because I'm a creator. So if I see other people creating stuff, no matter what level of skill it has, and while yours is great, I always appreciate it. So it's very hard to ask me for a critique on someone's story. Only if it's not like a copy paste from someone else's story, you're gonna get like good praise and admiration from me. This is how I work. Yeah, but it's good. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. Also, for the I almost forgot to say my comment. Yeah, I like angel names as a base for good characters. Tabris was a character of mine. Tabris was the angel of free will and determination, and sucks that Undertale happens to come out, and now determination is now this word that has to be referenced to Undertale, even though mine came out several years before Undertale was even conceived inside Toby Fox's head. But you know, population beats originality from the beginning if you haven't really posted out beforehand. So I get it. But Tabris, also a good angel name. Is Lars immortal now? Makes you wonder if Lars is immortal now. It depends. Here's the deal. Okay, we don't know when exactly Lion died and was brought back. We don't know. There's a high probability that he was far into the past and was saved by Rose and then turned into the pink Lion that we know, and then survived long. But there's also the slight possibility that he was a recent thing before they actually, before Rose and Greg became a thing. So it's like we don't know the exact time frame that Lion died to be brought back. So it would make sense that they're immortal. It would. However, it's not clear cut, at least for me. The one thing I'm wondering about Lars is that if he screams loud enough, can he open a portal somewhere and jump through it? That's my question. Because that would be pretty dope, I gotta say. Idea: a stream where you don't appear and we discuss your channel, or would that not work? It would be kind of weird just to have a screen full of nothing and just have you guys talk. I gotta say that much. It would be kind of weird, don't you think? There's always like this thing that I can put up on the screen and just put music to, but that would just feel too awkward to me, actually. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm finally reaching the Camilla reactions, I guess. Starlight Glimmer also had her heel face turn into in good character, and she changed her hairstyle. I guess it's just something reformed characters do. Actually, it's a good like a good Japanese trope. Well, it's not much of a trope. It's more like a belief. Like once you become a new person, like your hair defines your character, like in a little bit, like that sort of deal. There have been many anime characters and many like Japanese people and even Asian people in general that I know that has done the I am now a new person, I will change myself, and then they cut their hair. It is a sign of rebirth, in a sense. So I'm not saying that every like character that does that actually is referenced to it, but it is a thing that happens, and it does make sense in that regard. So yeah, I see it. Even since the Reformation, towards Starlight. Yeah, I never had a doubt for Starlight, actually. Reason number one why I always believe in Starlight, regardless of what happens throughout the rest of the series, is because they already did it with Discord. Doing it with another character would either be too soon at this point, because that was season 4. This is season 7. That's not even, that's 5, 6, 7. That's 3 seasons after the 4-season wait for a villain to, well, not technically 4-season wait. It's like it's the same kind of thing. But then it'll be a pattern. Like every 3 seasons, we're going to get a villain to reform back into a villain or something like that. I believe in Starlight. Starlight seems to have a personality. She's not perfect, like a certain episode that's coming up next week. She's not perfect, but that's to be said about every character. Like, if they ever had a villain backstory, even Discord shows this, he will show off his and anti-good side. Let's just put it that way. All right, so I get it. I get that, but I always believed in Starlight. She didn't seem like the character to actually reform back into a villain to me. Not for a second. Unlike Discord, like as soon as Discord became good, I think it's because of the scenario. It was because of how it was handled. You gotta really look at how it was handled. I've already said in the episode where Discord comes back, I did this entire rant deal about if Discord doesn't make more friends besides Fluttershy, and Fluttershy is his only friend, he's gonna go back to the he's gonna be evil again because he has less of a chain to that. All right, and guess what happened with T-Rex? Whoa, shocker! It wasn't. But as for Starlight, she immediately made friends with. She failed twice to Twilight, and then made friends with the other main 6 and was included in more things besides Discord than Discord was. So I had more of a feeling that she was more to the good side than any other character that was reformed. Lars, Starlight, and Zuko had their hair changed in their redemption. See, again, it's all akin to the Asian culture that happens that I know. There's been a lot of things that happen with that, and for some cases that makes sense for the genre and also for who they were made by. I mean, like the shows that were made by. So I can see that actually being the inspiration to that, because there has. I think I even have 1 or 2 characters that do that as well. So actually, it was like very quick for people, but yeah, there was a character who already did that whole haircut thing. Now I got a different personality, sort of. Some qualities in terms of personality that help me appreciate her a bit more. Yeah, Crusher Girls update. The Crusher Girls YouTube series is coming up very early. It's gonna come out November 17th of this year. Hopefully I can get to that immediately. Hairstyles, a central, if I can, a direct visual cue that something major has changed in the character's life. Yeah, that's again another thing about the whole being extremely back for people. Yeah, some people already can explain it a little bit better than me. They released a trailer for the series. Oh. Fan art for you. Really? Just send it to me through my DeviantArt, and then I can see it. That'd be cool, Highland. Very nice. Recent use of Starlight was the rarity episode with the whole main situation. Yeah. Like Starlight does not have to be in the foreground all the time, and I like how she is like really like a good way. I think Starlight is a good way of including a character into an already kind of big group of characters. We already have the main 6, and the main 6 already have their own quirks, personalities that counteract with each other, you know, really bounce off each other really well. And then it's hard to put in a 7th character in the middle of a series and have her actually, you know, act like she's always been there in a sort of way, but also introducing the fact that she's still new. They did that great. I like that. Starlight is a great inclusion that she can show up and it feels like it's needed and necessary and just okay for her to show up and you see it, because Starlight is a very, very adaptable pony. Like, there's a lot of memes and also just animations in general showcasing how like versatile she is in forms of helping everyone, that she could be put in any scenario and basically be a good help. I mean, if you can put her into a scenario where she has to help the princesses stop being like overbearing sisters toward one another, yeah, I think you got a character that can really adapt to a lot. I feel first time supporting character instead of a main or secondary. Yeah. Favorite and least favorite subject? Like in what sense? You mean school to talk about the scenarios? What we talking about here? I read your Persona comic a bit. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Look, most comics that I start making like fan fiction in a sense toward, it's only because I'm in the mood. Because after playing or reading something, I made my Homestuck comic after binge reading 5 days of Homestuck, and my friends were like, "Hey, you like making?" I asked Amina, one of my friends and one of the characters in the story, that hey, I feel like drawing a new one. I want to take a break from my original story, because at that point I think I had like what 2 to 3 sketchbooks done on the original story, and I asked him, "Hey, what should I do?" And he's like, "Hey, why not a Homestuck comic? Hey, how about something that I can finish?" And look at that, I finished it before the end of school. I think Homestuck, shockingly, was the only story I finished. Like, it has a beginning, middle, and end. Every other story I've been doing right now are either in the works, I'm too lazy to get back into it, or I don't have enough motivation to get back into it. It's like, it's hilarious. And since Persona 5 came out, and I just played the crap out of that for like 210 hours, I wanted to make a Persona comic, and having the idea of anime and video game characters be the Personas was interesting to me. And I always kind of wanted to do a slice of, no, well, not really slice of life. I wanted to do a school setting story, and also let it be a college related story, because there's not many animes out there that actually put their characters into a college setting. I don't know why, because college, I believe it has a lot more versatility to what you can do with the characters, in my opinion. But apparently high school is like the quintessential, need to put that character in a high school setting because, you know, that sort of thing. And have all the perverted moments not make much sense because he's not old enough to really like do anything if the advances actually go any further, unlike college. So it's like, it's like having the fake tension of like a full-blown relationship where you have like 16 to 15-year-olds. It's hard. All right. By the way, I was the one who gave you a few of your old channels homestuck videos reactions some time ago, but we couldn't get many transferred because of weather issues. If you want, I can send a link to my mega accounts. Yeah. Do that. Like, send it. My DeviantArt should be in the description. If you go into the description, you can put the link in one of the notes, unless you don't have a DeviantArt. I guess you could just send it to me via message. I guess if that's the best way to do it. Just send it to me via message, and I would love to get my Homestuck related videos back. In fact, I was trying to do some more Homestuck related stuff in general. Hey, tonight, yeah, Hila. We don't have much time, guys. I'm gonna have to end this stream off because I want to get into that animation. I'm just gonna make this an hour long, okay? Some random thought I just had. Did we ever see a Rainbow Dash eating a pie before? Someone in my comment sections actually did go through all the episodes of MLP and said to me, yes, she did not eat a pie once. She may have eaten some type of sweets, but she has not eaten pie. Not at all. Like, at all. So yeah, this episode was legit. I don't... See, here's the thing. MLP became that series that they actually put thought into the stuff, so they wouldn't make an episode about her not eating a pie and have it so that we can contradict that, you know, objection, hold it, take that of a scene of Rainbow Dash eating pie, obviously. So they knew what they were doing. They knew to make this episode like that sort of centric, and so she never ate a pie before, like, at all. So yeah, again, they were right. How did we right? Also, hey, it's very possible she used her tapping into the Speed Force Ultra Instinct abilities just to get rid of them without anyone, or be like Ranma from Ranma 1/2 and be so fast with her hooves she is able to make other people eat the pie in light speed or something like that. Like, for all we know, she managed to... Dude, yeah. I don't know if it's good if you watch the Crusher Girls web series trailer. It shows some humanized characters still to be shown. Thing is about like the Crusher Girls universe and about the whole humanization of characters. It's like I want to see them, so just hearing that makes me want to watch the trailer more. Just one question: is your hair brown or black? The art I made is I can do. It's black. It's definitely black. It's not even dark brown, it's straight black. Yeah, it's black, don't worry. But yeah, get your last minute questions down because I do want to end this at an hour mark. I want to end this at an hour mark so I can get to college and actually no, we have 7 minutes left. Unless, you know, I've reached the bottom, so unless that's the indication that we should end off here before I get another like wave of stuff, I guess. Yeah, it's something I feel passionate about, and I really want to make it because their last episode to Glitch Tale was so good, and she's been going through a lot from some of the streams I've been through. So I want to make an animation for her. As a reactor that she kind of likes watching, I want to show that I also have appreciation for her work, and also let her know that it wasn't for her animations, I actually would not have that big of a drive right now to continue on with my animations and make them into something. So I want to show that appreciation, really. Could it be possible to create a clone of Plulu? I mean, from what's left of her? Yes, exactly. You know the pendant that's on Hiroshi that he put on his chest and flew off? That's still a technical piece of Plublunia. It's still a technical piece of her. So you can bring her back. It's kind of like most major villain characters, like Orochimaru and Cell. As long as there is a little slight sliver of a piece of them still in existence, it is highly possible that that piece can either regenerate or be made into a scientific format to then be created again. Like, I could say that again to add emphasis on a certain scene in the story, but I think it'll be better just to leave it as in a dark kind of deal unless you somehow figure it out, which I highly doubt. Not to say I question your abilities to remember every scene involving grabbing a piece of something and holding on to it, but it's more of the fact that I want to keep it as a surprise because it was really surprising me how I could work it into the story for a certain character. That's group reactors discussion for the movie. If I understand correctly, you're going to do one Yes, we are. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen the week after the initial release or whatever, but we are going to do one. That's a definite. Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to know my hair color. It's fine. Any fan art of whatever is okay with me. Project Monogenesis Beta. And that is... I do think next week I'm gonna make it my story related because I did have a lot of fun with all the people asking me questions, especially all those questions about Icon. Those are fun. Those are definitely fun. I think okay. Quick question for the people who are here, and even if you don't know the characters, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You don't know the characters. Just pick a name, whichever is interesting to you. Judo or Icon, pick one. Right now, while I still have 3 minutes left until I have to end the stream. Judo or Icon, pick a character. Just either one. It will affect the current animation I'm trying to get done. And I'll wait until the last 3 minutes. Wait until the last 3 minutes until this is over for early answers. That's the last question of the day. So we have one Icon. Judo. Yeah, I knew that would happen with people. It's with a T and I don't know. That's really what the joke was. A lot of characters. Okay, Icon in memory of the Undertale playthrough. Okay, so we have four icons. So I think comparatively, I think that's about it. Icon. Yeah, I think it makes sense. So basically, oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this is gonna be good. I would tell you what the animation is, but I want to at least have a feel for it before I talk about it. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I'm actually really happy you picked Icon because this is gonna be great for me. Oh, jeez. If it was Judo, though, thanks Highline for actually supporting him. If it was Judo, though, it would actually be a fight. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it off here and get started on that animation. And if you have my yeah, if anyone is interested in what the animation is, I think I'm gonna upload what I have gotten done so far today on DeviantArt. And if there's nothing, that means I got nothing done. So you're scared? You shouldn't be. The only person who should be scared is the person that's gonna oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, so good. Alright. So yeah, this is D1B Universe. It's more of like, okay, to give you guys just like a little like hint to what it is, it's that it's a crossover between my story and Camila's story. It's just gonna be a little crossover. And now that you pick the character, oh goody. Oh, just goody gumdrops. Let's see. Where what happened? This is but where I guess. yeah. That's see. Those are the type of spoilers I'm just utterly happy no one did anything to me for. It was so good. Those reactions, some of the best reactions of the entire thing, along with the Derpy scenario, with people constantly telling me that Derpy was not coming back whenever I wanted. Yeah, Camila. I cannot pronounce that last name for the life of me. For God's sake, it's the creator of Glitch Tale. One of the reaction series when I do. I'm trying to show my appreciation to her animations by doing my own animation with my character and her characters. Ooh, oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh, it's so much fun. I'm gonna have a slight enjoyment of what I'm gonna be doing. It's gonna be kind of weird. Sorry, I had to see your stuff on DeviantArt on YouTube. I didn't have a computer of my own. It's cool. We're jobbing. Cares for story. That's to be expected for a lot of people. That's say one thing people need to know about Judo and Karate. There are play on words on Judo, as in the fighting style, and Karate, as in the fighting style. There are other characters like this as well. A lot of characters are named after actual fighting styles, if you haven't noticed. And that's just like how the Saiyans are named after like some type of vegetable. My characters are named after some kind of fighting style, and I do my best to actually kind of show how they utilize that fighting style, at least in some way. And yeah, I think I've kind of accomplished that. So I don't know if anyone's noticed that. No one's pointed it out, but it doesn't mean none of y'all actually noticed it yet. There are other characters with like actual name. Kazuo, it's Krav Maga. Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah. This is D1B Universe. I'll see you guys next stream, and I'm happy you guys can make it for this one. Bye. Come on.